What's everybody? I'm Jay.
And I'm Chris.
Today we're going to be in the deep with Joyner Lucas.
Let's get it! So it looks like Joyner dropped a new track on us yesterday.
Yep, and it's going to be the intro to his new album, ADHD.
Yeah, it's a big one, man. Been waiting for this for a long, long time.
Big project that's been going on.
Yeah, just wait. It's been drip feeding this album out over time, just a track at a time, and now we're starting to get into this. Will be the intro track to ADHD. So we'll see how this album's going to start out, and really excited to see that today.
We're going to be seeing something a little bit new, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Joyner's awesome, man. Just put out some really good songs lately. Everybody's seen I'm Not Racist. If you haven't seen Roscoe Piccioni, you should check that out. He's got a lot of really good songs. And
he's been pumping them out from what I can see as a drip feed for his... I'm assuming this is going to be his first album, correct?
Well, no, he's had one album before, but this will be his... Well, I guess you could say two, because he's got the one with his phone number and Along Came Joyner. But this is his first, I would say, his most major album.
Or his biggest album.
Because this all that was before he got blown up by Eminem, and he had I'm Not Racist and all this stuff, so... This is his big, this will be his big release.
And for understanding, this guy's still relatively new, so he's been doing a lot of work.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, he's relatively new, but I mean, he's got so many fans out there already, and doing it independent, you got to respect that. So we're going to check out the first track off the ADHD album, see how it's going to flow into the rest of the album.
Yeah, let's check it out.
The more that I want, the more that I grind, the more that I shine, the more that I strive, the more that I stun, the more that I cheat, the more that she lead, the more that she cry, the harder to trust, the more that I lie, the more that she died, the more I realize, the more that I try, the more that I want, the more that I grind, the more that I shine, the more that I strive, the more that I stun, the more that I cheat, the more that she lead, the more that she cry, the harder to trust, the more that I lie, the more that she dies, the more I realize I'm harder to love, I'm harder to teach, my heart is a beat, and I am a drum. I'm harder to keep, but harder to sleep. I'm scared of the dark, I'm not gonna run. I'm harder to break, but harder to make. You get in my way, I'm drawing my gun. I'm not gonna play, I'm not for the games. I'm not gonna change. Put that on my son, put that on my mom, put that on my sis, put that on my bitch and all of my hoes. Put that on my team, put that on my G's. I say what I mean, you already know. Put that on my city, put that on my Bentley. I got me a Beamer, I wanted a Rose. Sip on some Henny and ride with the semi. All my niggas with me, I'm calling it toast.
Alright.
Calling the plug, you.
So... Joyner's saying a lot here, but it's really subdued. He's came into the track real low and just
almost like a mumble into springing in his words.
Yeah, like he's almost like he's talking to himself. All these things that's going on in his mind, and it's like he's correlating all these things on what he's doing. His career and how he's getting bigger. And how that's affecting everybody else in his life, like he's talking about his family and
all of the things he do seems to, you can see like a repetition right in the first beginning of it. You can see it says, the more that I want, the more that I grind, the more that I shine, the more that I stride, the more that I stunt, the more I cheat.
Yeah.
And then you can see it goes from awesome to start heading back down.
Right. It's like this is how his career and his life is going. And this is how he reacts to it. The more I want, the more I grind. So he never gets enough. The more he shines, the more he strides. So all his success is feeding him more and more and more to do better, which is great. That's good to see from an artist. But also how his cheating affects his family. I guess his girlfriend or his wife. Or I'm not sure if he's married or not. But all these things that lead with his career, all this cheating and stuff. I guess it will be hard to, if you're a successful
all these new opportunities just show up, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, there's going to be a cost,
right?
At some point,
it's like Bill Burr does this bit about how like Tiger Woods. It's like, how can I judge this man? Like these guys on TV with their big jowls, and they're all, it's reprehensible behavior. It's like, what? Really, you're beating them off, dude? Like you got 10 Scandinavian hoes outside the workplace waiting to blow you? I don't think so. Like Tiger's got people, girls just throwing it at him. So, like, how can you turn that down as a man? And, yeah, that's scummy and whatever, but as a man, it's easy to understand, to be tempted at that level. And he's cheating, and it's hurting his woman. So he's being honest here. He's these things that are really bothering him in his family life, he's putting in his song. So maybe to show other people, it's like, maybe you should try to be faithful if you can. But, yeah, just really subdued delivery here. In the video... You see the timer on his jacket. I don't know what that's about. that's interesting. I guess it's counting down to the end of the song, or maybe is this like an explosion or something?
It looks like an
a
explosive
bomb counter.
device, like a bomb.
Yeah, like a
device.
suicide vest or something.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. So we'll see where that goes.
Calling the cops, I call you a snitch. You holding a grudge, you calling a judge. You say you a thug, I call you a bitch. I call you a hoe, don't call me a bro, don't call me no more. I call you a trick, I'm tired of the hate, I'm tired of the snakes, I'm tired of your face. You wanted my dick, I wanted the fame, I wanted the name, I wanted the break, I wanted the love, I wanted the cake, I wanted to be great, I wanted to change and all the above. You want me to fall, you want me to crawl, you want me to stall, they want me on drugs, you want me to fail, they want me in jail, they wanted my soul, they wanted my blood. I'm out for revenge, I'm out for the ends, I'm out for respect, I'm out for the crown, I'm out for the rain. They started to aim, I hopped in a plane, I'm not going down, I'm dodging the flames, they calling my name, I wanna be saved, but I don't know how. I thought it was safe, but I got a plan. Let's load up the chopper and ride it around. Woo!
Wow. Alright, so we got a break in the song here. Towards the end, man, talking about how his fame and his career and how he's blowing up, and just like the bomb, that he's getting all this hate. You want me to fail, you want me to crawl, you want me to starve, they want me in drugs, they want me to fail, they want me in jail. So all these things these preconceived notions of what he should be as a rapper, and that he's not. He's going against the grain. He speaks out about not doing drugs, and the whole mumble rap culture of these guys being so drugged up they can hardly speak on the mic, when they're rapping. So he's touching on all that here. I'm out for respect, I'm out for the crown, I'm out for the rain, they're starting to aim. So the more he goes for success, the more he gets sights on him, the more he's got people aiming for him.
Definitely wanting to push forward, and he may be going against what normal tracks or rappers or previous artists have done in the past, and doing something new. Maybe he wants to just keep pushing forward and maybe trying to push out a good message, or I couldn't exactly say what. I'm trying to get into his mindset to figure out what he's going for, but it seems like he's definitely moving into a different direction. And then with the more people that show up and more people that see him, the more they also want him to fail, because there's nothing more than seeing like someone great failing.
Right. Now people almost want to see that.
Yes.
It's almost more interesting if they do fail than that they succeed. And the title of the track, Revenge, this seems like it's like an inner dialogue, but he's, getting it out of his system and just spewing it at everybody. It's like, this is who you want me to be? Well, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be me. And I'm going to do it my way. And, if you don't like it, whatever. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep striving. I'm going to keep shining brighter. That's basically all he's saying here.
I'll keep pushing.
So, and what an intro to ADHD. We're out of lyrics here, so but the video still goes. So I guess we got some kind of acting piece or something coming up.
Maybe.
I don't know, but that's the song. But what a way to start out of ADHD, man. Just like all over the past couple of years and all this talk that's been about Joyner Lucas. And he's like, hey, look, this is me. And I'm going to keep being me. And I'm going to keep striving. And I'm going to keep getting brighter. Oh, yeah, another lyric I wanted to point out here. Put that on my Bentley. I got a Beamer. I wanted a Rolls. So he wanted a Rolls, but he got a Beamer instead.
Yeah. Because
he's a sensible man. It's just what he's talked about in the past, like in Gucci Gang, where he calls out all those brand names. Like, I don't really fuck with no brand names, and that's his deal. Like he's not gonna buy some shit just because somebody says, "Oh, this is the hot shit to wear right now." Like he's gonna be himself. So I respect. This is why I respect Joyner more than anything. Is he's just being him. He don't give two shits what you think about it, and you can bump with him or you can hate on him. Either way, it's fine with him. So. I dig that. We'll get to the end of this video and see what he's going to do for the rest here.
Definitely.
It kinda feels like
ADHD.
I'm dying on the inside.
Okay, so I guess this is a two-parter.
Kinda feels like I've been trying to get by, and I've been this way since day one.
Hang on. We got to get the lyrics pulled up. All right, so we got ADHD pulled up here, so we're gonna go over that too. I wasn't expecting this, but that's cool. This is a good song. I've already heard it. I don't think you've heard it yet.
No, not yet.
So this is a good song. Yeah. So we go from Revenge straight into ADHD as the second track on the song. So we're getting a little bit of...
Getting a 2-for-1?
Yeah, 2-for-1 today. And we're going to start seeing what this album's gonna sound like. And I'm already really digging this album so far. So let's get into ADHD.
I don't need no medication. No, I don't need no drug. Or maybe I'm different, and maybe my ADHD got me tripping, and maybe I'm just everything that you listening, yeah. I feel like I'm dying inside. Why do I think crazy? Someone save me. You can't blame me. It's my ADHD. Yeah, my mind racing, I've been paranoid. Overthinking, maybe that's a voice. Don't cut me off like I don't have a voice. I think I was born different, I ain't really have a choice, yeah. Cancel session, you are hourly. Don't play with me, today is not the day. Pay attention, I am not deranged. I could tell you what I'm thinking, I just don't know how to say it. Maybe I...
Alright, so getting into ADHD, he's got a lot to say here in the beginning, you know, talking about his ADHD. You know, he don't need no medication, I don't need no drugs. I guess, you know, and some people do go to the doctor and they have these problems like this, and the medicine can make them crazier. You know, we talked about that on the Misery song by Crown the Empire. It's touched on this very thing. So yeah, it just talking about his own mental illnesses and how, don't cut me up like I don't have a voice. I think I was born different. I don't really have a choice, you know. So he was born this way, but he doesn't want to be silenced either, you know. So, and people with mental illnesses and things like that, they can have a unique perspective, you know. It's like you talk to crazy people on the street sometimes, and I don't mean to correlate the two. That's totally different. But you speak to a homeless person on the street who may be a little crazy. You can gain some life perspective from that person.
They may know something that you didn't see before.
Yeah, because they're seeing things different than you.
I kind of like where this is going so far. He's definitely talking about, I want to be me. And, you know, if you got the ability, I'm not going to say exactly what, but if you got it within you, you know, you don't need whatever drug it is for the ADHD, do it. I mean, from what I can see, he may be talking about maybe something he's went through or a friend went through, and I don't know because I didn't actually look up in this guy's life.
Well, he's got ADHD.
I mean,
he's talked about it before, so.
You know, it's very hard to be able to learn or come across new topics and do stuff normal people would just do because, you know, you can just switch topics on the fly. Someone with ADHD, they can go into left field out of nowhere, and that's really just, honestly, it's just more of a test for them to see what they can do with their own ability. And I've seen a lot of people go with the opposite perspective. You don't need to necessarily have a normal mind to be normal. Maybe my normal is just different than your normal, which is a topic it's being covered a lot in today's world. There's people who have been like tremendous mental illnesses, but what we would consider tremendous illnesses. I can't remember the exact story, but I remember reading about a guy who couldn't like hardly do any math or science, and he was just terrible at doing normal day-to-day things that most people do. But what he could do is play the piano and play it like a genius. Like he's played performances around the world, and this guy literally can't do anything else but play piano.
He's a savant.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you excel tremendously in one area.
And, you know, maybe his way is just something different, and we just have a hard time dealing with it. This could be our fault of making someone take something because they're not the norm. And we know life, there's nothing normal about the norm?
Life. Right,
yeah,
exactly.
There's nothing normal
Everybody
about
has a different norm. And while I love this lyric here, pay attention, I'm not deranged. I could tell you what I'm thinking. I just don't know how to say it. So that's what we were just talking about. Like, he doesn't, his mind's racing. You know, he's going this way and that way. And he's got a lot to say. He's got a lot of interesting perspective. He just don't know how to say it.
Right.
And this, you know, rapping is his way of getting it out there. So, yeah, so far, great song.
Your nerve. I mean what I say, I've been a man on my word. Yeah, I'm wide awake, maybe a little disturbed, but that's just me. You don't bleed the blood I bleed. I wear my heart on my sleeve, nigga. And I've been this way since day one. I don't need no medication. No, I don't need no drugs. Well, maybe I'm different, and maybe my ADHD got me tripping, and maybe I'm just everything that you missing, yeah. I feel like I'm dying inside.
mine too, man. Like a lot, I don't know how many people can relate to that. That I feel like I'm dying inside. Why do I think crazy? Why does my mind think this way? You know, like my mind doesn't think like this person thinks or this person thinks. It doesn't seem normal to me. And it makes you feel like you're dying on the inside because you're not normal. You're different.
Or maybe you're trained to think that you're different.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe everybody else has made you think that you're crazy, or maybe that made you think that you think crazy, but you don't. You just have a unique perspective. Yeah. So.
And you're just trying to bridge that out to everybody else, and you're just trying to learn how to bridge the gap.
Yeah, and by isolating those people and not taking them seriously, you do make them feel that way, that they're dying inside, that they feel different. They don't have anything to contribute because their mind's wrong. Like they're just wrong all the time. But what he's saying here is like, you know, like he said in the first verse, you know, I got something to say, I just don't know how to say it. You know, I think a lot of people I feel that way a lot. You know, I got something to say, I just don't know how to put it out there. But, you know, and he's got his rap. So, yeah, we'll get back to it.
Someone take me. You can't blame me. It's my ADHD. Yeah. It kinda feels like I'm dying on the inside. It kinda feels like I've been trying to get by. Yippee, yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yo. Staring at the fire, kumbaya. I'ma take you higher, take you higher. I'ma take you higher, take you higher. So many things in my head. What am I thinking? How come I can't go sleep in my bed? I hear them talking, everyone's strange, they leave me for dead. Cause they want me gone, it's that shit I be on. Ain't no one to lean on. You know I've been this way since day one. I don't need no medication. Or maybe I'm on. Or maybe I'm different, and maybe my ADHD got me tripping, and maybe I'm just everything that you miss to me, yeah. I feel like I'm dying inside. Why do I think crazy? Someone take me. You can't blame me. It's my ADHD. Yeah. It kinda feels like I'm dying on the inside.
Wow. Yeah, that's heavy, man.
Talking about a serious topic.
Heavy. But it's also super empowering, man. How he had like the crowd there, and he was talking from his heart, like about all this stuff that's really deep. You know, his ADHD and all this stuff that's driving him crazy, and how he feels like he's dying inside. He's getting to say all this big crowd, and they, you know, and they all can, at least some of them can relate. But that's so empowering to be able to take those deep thoughts that really haunt him and go out there and just say it to this big crowd and
say it to them, and then being able to receive that back, because they may be something they went through already.
Yeah.
And they just needed someone else to be like, oh, this guy's on stage, he's famous, and he has the exact same problems I do.
Definitely. And the way towards the end of the video he took the pill and he got in the bed and it was all, you know, kind of somber, and it's like, oh, another day in the bed, you know. And I can relate to that. I know some other people can relate to that. Just wallowing in your mental illness or whatever is haunting you. But being able to take that and turn it into a positive spin is something Joyner is really good at, and he's always done. You know, taking that dark premise of depression and ADHD and being misunderstood and having people dismiss you, and turn that into a positive message to, you know, to let people know, like, hey, just because somebody's different and they talk different or they don't know how to say what they're trying to say the right way doesn't mean that they don't have something important to say.
Yeah, like I was referring back to earlier in the video, there's people out there that may have a mental illness, or they may not be able to do something at all, but they have a new unique look, a new unique way, and whenever you go into a room full of people and you just want to say something to somebody, and if you only say it with only your perspective, not expecting to get anything out of it, you're going to have a lot of just bouncing of your opinion and learning nothing.
You're never going to change. You're
Yeah.
never going to change the things that you don't like about yourself if you don't look for other perspectives, you know.
That's why we learn.
That's why being, you know, cultured and understanding other cultures and other parts of the world and things that you don't understand at first, and diving into those things and seeing there's people are digging this. Why are people digging this? And usually there's a reason. You can find something redeeming from that. And Joyner's done it again, man. Just taking these negative, awful feelings and turning them into a positive message. Just something he's done over and over again, and he's done it again today.
And done it again as an independent artist.
And musically, yes, absolutely. You got to commend that. Musically, the first track, the Revenge track, coming out really really subdued in the beginning, and then just boom, the big explosion, and then goes straight into ADHD, which is a super chill beat, and just like you could just put that on in the car and just kind of chill with it. But it also has that deep, dark meaning too.
Well, I mean, like I was saying about the ADHD video, this is something that it's done here and there that I've seen. But this could also be his perspective of how he wants to show people how he sees stuff different. He went straight from Revenge, and he went straight into another video, all on its own, a whole nother song. And then that's kind of his perspective. He wants people to see what if you did two things at once. We didn't know we was going to be doing ADHD.
No.
One, we did Revenge, so now here we are.
Yeah, and they flowed really well into each other. Not just musically and the way it built to that big explosion and dropped into ADHD, but also lyrically, how they connect together. So, just two really good tracks, and, getting a glimpse of what ADHD is going to look like. I'm super fucking excited to see that come out, and, we'll be covering that when it comes out and do some tracks off that album.
Definitely, and we will be doing more tracks from that album. But if you have anything particular you want to see, or maybe you want to talk more to us about maybe any kind of things you disagree about even, or maybe just another song that's going to be either a prior to this or to the future of this, just let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, and if you want to catch us on Twitter and Instagram, you can get us on @InTheDeepYT. Peace.